something is about to happen, and Maria has already warned us. But most people are not paying attention. The signs are here, yet they remain ignored. What if February 5th, 2025 is the day everything changes? Throughout history, there have been moments when humanity was warned, but few listened. The consequences were devastating. Could we be facing another one of those moments? According to this revelation, a fatal mistake will be made, one that could have serious consequences for those who are unprepared. But what exactly is this mistake? What does Maria's warning reveal? And most importantly, how can we avoid the consequences of ignoring this message? This is not just another prophecy, it's an urgent call to awareness. If you are watching this video, it is for a reason. You need to hear this before it's too late. Stay until the end, because what you are about to discover may change everything. Throughout history, Maria's messages have carried profound significance. From Fatima to Lourdes, from Akita to Medjugorje, her apparitions have served as warnings, guiding humanity toward repentance and preparation. Many of her revelations have foretold crises, wars, and natural disasters, many of which have already come to pass. So why is this warning about February 5th, 2025 different? Unlike previous messages, this revelation emphasizes a critical mistake that people will make on this specific date, a mistake that could lead to spiritual consequences, suffering, or even divine judgment. Those who fail to listen risk falling into a trap that has been set long before this moment arrived. In past warnings, Maria has called for prayer, conversion, and spiritual vigilance. Those who listened were protected. Those who ignored the signs suffered great loss. Now, she brings another message, but will people hear it in time? The world is in chaos. Economic instability, political turmoil, moral decay, and increasing disasters all indicate that we are at a turning point. Could this be connected to her latest revelation? And if so, what must we do to avoid this fatal mistake? The prophecy given to Maria is urgent and precise. On February 5th, 2025, a great deception will take place, leading many into a fatal mistake with irreversible consequences. This will not be a random event but a coordinated shift, something that will alter the way people think, believe, and act. The trap has already been set, and those who are not spiritually prepared will fall without realizing it. The world walks in darkness, blind to the warnings given. The time is near, yet many do not prepare. A great deception will spread, disguised as light, and those who are not anchored in truth will be swept away. This warning echoes past revelations, but this time, it carries a sense of urgency tied to a specific date. Unlike previous messages that spoke of long-term consequences, this prophecy suggests an immediate and direct impact on those who are unaware of the danger. But what exactly is this great deception? The prophecy states that people will be offered something that appears good, even righteous, but carries hidden dangers. It could be a promise of security, a global decision, an ideology that distorts truth, or even a false sign from the heavens. Those who are not discerning will accept it, believing it to be the right path, while unknowingly stepping into a spiritual and moral trap. Do not trust every voice that speaks of peace when their heart is far from God. Do not be deceived by those who offer salvation through the hands of men, for only the divine path leads to truth. The implications of this warning are profound. Historically, many have been misled by promises of safety, control, or even unity, only to realize later that they had been deceived. This prophecy suggests that a similar pattern will emerge, but this time, it will be more convincing, more widespread, and more dangerous. The prophecy also hints at a celestial or supernatural event that could be misinterpreted. Could it be a sign in the sky, a global announcement, or an occurrence that leads people to follow a false light? Whatever it may be, the deception will be powerful enough to convince even those who believe they are prepared. This leads us to a critical question. What is the ultimate consequence of making this mistake? The prophecy states that those who fall into this deception will experience a spiritual separation, a point of no return where their connection to divine truth will be severed. But does this mean physical danger, or is the risk entirely spiritual? The answer lies in the world around us. We are already seeing shifts in morality, governance, and faith, all leading to a moment of decision. The prophecy warns that this moment will arrive on February 5th, 2025, but how can we recognize it before it happens? If this prophecy is true, then the world is heading toward a deception unlike anything we have seen before. But what exactly will happen on February 5th, 2025? What could this fatal mistake be? Throughout history, major shifts have often been preceded by false promises. Governments, religious institutions, and even entire civilizations have been led astray by messages that seemed positive on the surface but carried hidden consequences. Could this be another planned event designed to mislead the masses? The prophecy suggests that on this day, people will be forced to make a choice. The danger is that many will make the wrong decision, believing they are doing the right thing. This mistake will not be an accident. It will be a carefully orchestrated event meant to deceive even the faithful. There are several possibilities as to what this deception could be. Keycap 1A Global Declaration, a major announcement from world leaders urging people to unite under a single cause. It may sound like a message of peace, but in reality, it could strip people of their personal freedoms, forcing them into submission under false pretenses. Keycap 2A Supernatural Sign, the prophecy hints at a heavenly event that will appear to be miraculous. But not everything that shines comes from the light. Could this be a manipulation of faith, a fake divine message, or a misinterpretation of an actual celestial event? Keycap 3A Shift in Morality. In recent years, moral and ethical standards have been changing at an alarming rate. On February 5, 2025, will we see the final push toward a world where traditional values are erased? Keycap 4A Financial or Technological Change. Many experts warn that financial systems are collapsing and digital control is increasing. Could this prophecy be referring to a forced global transition to a new system, one that will leave millions vulnerable and powerless? Whatever the nature of this event, the real danger is spiritual. Those who are not prepared will fall for the deception without even realizing it. The prophecy makes it clear that this will be a test of faith, discernment, and strength. The world will embrace what seems righteous, but the righteous will recognize the shadow behind the illusion. This moment will separate those who see the truth from those who are blinded by false promises. The deception will be so convincing that even those who have been faithful may hesitate. This is why preparation is crucial. We cannot wait until February 5th arrives to decide what to do. So, how can we protect ourselves from this trap? The answer lies in spiritual preparation. Those who are rooted in truth, prayer, and faith will be able to discern deception when it appears. If the prophecy warns of a great deception on February 5th, 2025, then the most important question we must ask is, how can we prepare? How can we ensure that we do not fall into this fatal mistake that could have eternal consequences? The answer is spiritual vigilance. Throughout history, those who were spiritually prepared were able to recognize deception when it appeared. They did not follow the crowd, nor did they accept false promises. Instead, they relied on faith, prayer, and discernment to guide them. Here are the essential steps that must be taken before February 5th, 2025. Keycap 1. Strengthen your faith. The first line of defense against deception is spiritual clarity. Those who are firm in their beliefs will not be easily swayed by false promises. Read sacred texts, deepen your relationship with God, and ask for wisdom in prayer. Keycap 2. Beware of false messages. Many will claim to have the truth, but not all voices are trustworthy. Be cautious of those who promise peace, unity, or prosperity without acknowledging the spiritual cost. Not every message that appears good is truly righteous. Keycap 3. Stay rooted in prayer. Prayer is a shield. It provides clarity, protection, and guidance. Set aside time daily for silent reflection, meditation, and devotion. The closer you are to divine truth, the harder it will be to deceive you. Keycap 4. Be ready to stand alone. When deception comes, it will not be easy to resist. Many will fall, even those who once seemed strong in their faith. You must be prepared to stand firm in your convictions, even if others around you choose the wrong path. Keycap 5. Help others see the truth. This prophecy is not just for you. It is a message for all who are willing to listen. Share the warning. Encourage those around you to seek discernment before making any decisions that could have lasting consequences. The world is moving towards something big, and Maria's warning is a reminder that we must prepare now, not later. The deception will be subtle, and it will appear righteous on the surface, but those who are spiritually prepared will see the shadow behind the illusion. The final question is, will you be ready? The prophecy has been revealed. The warning has been given. Now the choice is yours. Throughout history, those who ignore divine warnings suffer the consequences, not because they weren't warned, but because they refused to listen. February 5th, 2025 is approaching, and with it comes a test, a deception so convincing that many will fall without realizing it. But what about you? Will you prepare yourself spiritually so you can recognize the truth when the time comes? Or will you follow the crowd, believing in promises that sound righteous but are built on deception? The world is at a turning point. Morality is shifting, faith is under attack, and illusions are being presented as truth. Maria's warning is a reminder that not everything that looks good is truly good, and not everyone who speaks of peace is guided by divine light. So what should you do now? Stay alert. Do not trust every voice that speaks of change, unity, or salvation without discernment. Pray for wisdom. Only divine truth can guide you through the confusion. Share this message. Help others prepare before it's too late. This is not the time to remain silent. Leave a comment below. Do you believe this prophecy is a real warning for our time? What do you think will happen on February 5th, 2025? Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future revelations. May divine wisdom guide you, and may you be among those who see through the deception before it's too late.